Hello my YouTube lovelies, I'm back. So today I'm going to kind of do a review. I'm going to try not to make this video too long. I know I say that all the time, but I'm going to try not to make this video too long. But I want to do a review. I want to talk about the two new Lorac palettes that have come out. This is the Pro Matte one, which everybody and their mama has been screaming after, including myself, and the metal palette. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I really was not banking on this. I more so wanted this one. But Lorac's eyeshadows are just amazing. And for those of you who are fans of Lorac, you guys know that they have the original Pro and the Pro 2. And their standard packaging is the cardboard packaging. The one obviously is black and the two is gray. The only other Lorac palette besides these two obviously that I have is the Mega Pro, which I was able to get for the holiday. But these are the two standard eyeshadow palettes. I think they have the unzipped and the unzipped gold. I don't have those. But I was told that I need to get it, so I might venture and eventually pick them up. I don't know if the unzipped and unzipped gold are going to be permanent, but I think definitely know these two, and I think those as well are the standard palettes that you will always be able to get from Lorac. Definitely, this Pro Metal palette is limited edition. I'm not sure if the matte palette is. I know this one is part of the fall collection, where they also came out with the Pro Contour palette, which I did not get. For me personally, I like cream highlight. When I do highlight either on myself or my clients, I like to use cream like the Makeup Forever Flash Sticks, the NARS Multiples, or even the Makeup Forever Pan Stick Foundation, because I feel that the contour stays and it doesn't move. Excuse me. So I prefer cream. I do have the Anastasia contour palette, the original one, in my kit. Honestly, I think I use those more so for like contouring the eyes and sculpting more so than contouring, because I think the cream just works better. That's just my personal opinion, and that's how I feel, what I feel works for me. But because I'm such an eyeshadow fanatic, I really wanted to get this. I was gonna buy two of this palette because I said I want one for me and one for my kit, but I'm like, everybody's starting to now get into the matte eyeshadows, because matte eyeshadow, you need matte eyeshadows when you're doing an eye look. No matter if you're doing some kind of shimmery or smoky, you're gonna need some kind of transitional color. And generally people use matte colors or satin colors, but in creating looks with matte colors, like a total matte look, I love. I have Urban Decay's Naked Basics and Naked Basics 2. Those are good for every day, and when I do wear makeup during the week, those are usually the ones I reach for. I have the Tartelette palette, which is all matte, which is great because it has different shades, and of course, again, like I said, all the colors are matte. So I have a lot of matte, and then single eyeshadows, forget it. I have so many freaking single eyeshadows, but I was thinking more along the lines of putting this in my kit. I should have brought two, because I don't know, only because if you guys have the original Lorac and Lorac Pro 2, you guys know that the first row of shadows, and then this is the Lorac, is 8 matte shadows. You guys see I use this very much all the time. So like the first row of shadows is all matte. The same holds true with the Lorac Pro 2, but they're more cooler tone colors. I will say Lorac shadows are very good. They're soft, they're creamy, they're buttery. I love their eyeshadows. They're just uber pigmented. And if you're starting out in makeup, or even if you're starting out as a makeup artist, like honestly, you get these 2 palettes, you're good to go to start up. And I would say that if Lorac comes out with palettes, which they do all the time, like whether they're limited edition or however, pick them up and incorporate them into your kit, because these are good. I don't have the Pro or the Pro 2 in my kit. I was contemplating putting these in my kit because they have everything you need, but I have so much stuff in my kit, that's why I just like, no. So I don't know, but that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about the metal palette and the matte palette. I know you're like, why is she going on a rant page about that? That's not what this video is about. So anyway, so I'm gonna start with the matte palette. Now what I like about these palettes, they're small. They're not, you know, the normal big sizes, which are the Pro and the Pro 2. You know, the Mega Pro was big. That one was limited edition. But they're nice and they're compact. Now, both of these palettes here have 8 eyeshadows in them. And of course, you know, they have this cute little mirror, like all the Lorac palettes have, which is great. This would be great for traveling and on the go. If you don't want to carry like these, you can carry these and make it do what it do. Like this is, I'm thinking of whether I should keep this for myself or put this in my kit as far as both of these, because then I could use this as makeup to take when I travel. Haven't decided what I'm gonna do. Or I could just go with my original scope and just be like, I'm gonna put these in my kit. I may lead towards that with these. I don't know. Because honestly, I don't have anything Lorac in my kit. Nothing. And that's a shame. But anyway, getting back to the review. So, like I was saying, the palette comes with 8 shadows. And of course, the cute little mirror that every Lorac palette comes with. Now, these 8 shadows, the only one that's a repeat, as far as I know, is the Jet Black. Just give me 1 second. So the original has white cream. Yeah, there's no repeats here. And then let's see the Lorac Pro 2. There are no repeats here. Now, I'll take back what I said. Now in all of the palettes, or the Pro and the Pro 2, they have black. This is jet black, so I'm assuming this one is supposed to be twice as black, or you know, darker, deeper in texture than the original black. Is there a such thing? Yes. If you get your hands on Urban Decay's Blackout or Makeup Forever, then satin, there's a satin one, I think it's S102, or the matte 100, or I think Makeup Geek has one, can't think of the name of it. Those are like uber jet black eyeshadows, great for smoky eyes. So I'm assuming that this jet black is the same. I'm just gonna swatch a couple of these, because honestly, this first row, this is like your standard highlight color. You could use either one of these for highlight color, and then these would be good for transitional, you know, RV colors. But it's always good to have matte shadows to incorporate with your look. Now, what interests me the most about this palette are these 2 colors down here, and this is the pink mauve and the burgundy. But let me swatch this jet black. I mean, now that's the jet black one. Let me go into the, I'll just pick up one of the originals. This is the Pro 2. Now this is the regular black right here. So let me just pick this up. I will say there is a difference in the blacks. This is the regular black. This is the jet black. This does look a little darker. This one, the regular black, looks a little bit lighter. Actually, I take all that back. They look the same. They really do. I don't know. This is the black from the Pro 2, and this is the jet black. They look the same. I was looking at it, but now that I'm putting it up against the sunlight, they really look the same. So I don't really think there's a difference in the black or the jet black. So I take back what I originally said, because they both look the same. Yeah, so I don't know why Carol Shaw decided to say jet black as opposed to just black. Maybe to make it different because it's a new palette. But I can guarantee you, like in the Pro and the Pro 2, even in the Mega Pro, and I know I'm referring to the Mega Pro. I know everybody probably wasn't able to get it, but I still want to refer to that. Because all three of those had the black in it. So, yeah. But what interests me, like I said, going back to my original thing, let me just try and get this. I need a wipe to get this off my hands. But what really interests me the most is the pink mauve and the burgundy, because yeah, those are some nice colors. And guys, do not mind those swatches. I went to Kohl's and I swatched the Cindy Luminizer and the Mary Lou Luminizer, and that's what those swatches on my hand are. And yes, I did buy them, but that's another video for another day. So this is the pink mauve, which is a pretty color, and then this is burgundy, which I like this one. Lorac, oh yeah, that's that one. So that's nice. Yes, I like this one. Lorac came out with an all matte eyeshadow palette for the holiday last year, and it was only available at Ulta. It was only $12. This palette retails for $28. This palette retails for $28, and it's a $45 value. So you're getting 8 shades for $28. It's not bad, because one MAC eyeshadow is $16. One Makeup Forever shadow, I think, is $21, $22. So just think of it along the lines of that. And Urban Decay, I think one eyeshadow is like $18. So I don't know if Lorac has single eyeshadows, and I don't know if they do, how much they would cost. But it's good to get the palettes. And I mean, you know, if you don't use it all the time, you're not going to go through it. And even if you do, it'll still last you a while. So do I think this is a good palette to go out and buy? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it is half the size of this is the Pro. Well, it's not even half the size. It's maybe, well, no, it's about half the size. Yeah, this is half the size. Yeah, this is half the size of the original Pro. So this is good for travel. And I know they have the Pro to Go palettes. I don't have any of those, I don't think. Yeah, I don't have any of those. They have like 1 or 2 colors. They have the Pro to Go, and then they have the Pro 2 to Go. What they do is they take like 1 or 2 or 3 colors out of each of these palettes, and they make a little palette, I guess, for on the go. But you get this, you can use this on the go too. But this one is all matte, of course. But this was the most coveted, and I'm glad I got my hands on it. Now, the one thing that did bug me originally, Ulta had the metal and the matte one on the website, but when I went to the store, all they had was the metal one in the store. And then I went back on a different trip to go see, did they have it in the store? And the girl says, I don't think we're getting it in the store, so you should order it online. And I said I was going to do that, but then I never did that. So after church today, I said, let me drive up to Kohl's And sure enough, they had it there. They had the whole fall collection, which they also included the contour palette, which Ulta did have in store, but I didn't really want the contour palette. I just wanted this matte palette, and Kohl's had it. You know, just a little annoying that I had to go to 2 different places to get it, so I just picked it up while I was at Kohl's. I could have ordered it from Ulta, but only thing is Ulta shipping, it takes like almost 2 weeks before you get your stuff, and that's too long for me. So I'm glad I went to Kohl's, and I'm glad that they actually had it. So yeah. Okay, so now the metal palette. Generally, like most of the palettes, they'll come in the black box, but this time she put it in the silver box. And it's the same packaging, standard packaging, but this one has like a little coated, it's the cardboard packaging, but it's gray, but it's like a little coated, like a little shiny metallic look to it, I guess, to reference metal. I said pro metallic, it's pro metal palette, sorry. So yeah, and it is the same size as the matte palette. So again, this would be a nice palette to travel with. So again, it, you know, standard, it comes with the mirror like every palette does, and it comes with one of these to protect the shadows. And these are all the shadows that they have. You have quartz, rose gold, graphite, onyx, gilded, amber, clover, and cobalt. Honestly, I probably have a shadow, a color, and a shadow represented in every one of these colors here in my collection somewhere. But because it's Lorac, and because I'll probably never, you know, get my hands on it, if I don't get it, it'll probably never come back out. I said, let me get it. And, you know, I like Lorac's palettes. Every time they would come out with limited edition palettes, I would always miss out on them. So why not? This is a beautiful palette. I'm not going to swatch any of these colors because I don't know if I'm going to give this away, because I might do a giveaway. So this one I'm not going to swatch because I might do a giveaway with this one. Or I don't know. I haven't decided, so I'm not going to swatch this one. But I do just want you to look at the colors. They are very metallic-y. I swatched them in the store, and just like all of Lorac's colors, they are so stinking pigmented. Like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, I don't want to give it up. But I know I have colors represented in each of these. I know I do. In my collection. I know I do. But I just have to get it. So I might give this one away. But yeah, this is the metal palette, and this one, like the matte one, comes with 8 colors. And this is also $28. This is a beautiful palette. And this can be a palette that you use for every day. If you're starting out in makeup, you know, you can, I know I'm looking down here because I'm just like, you can pick up the Pro 1 and the Pro 2, or, you know, when they come out with these little palettes, these will be good as well. I think Lorac palettes are good, especially if you're starting in makeup, because I think Lorac gives you a good variety of options. Like in the Pro 1 and the Pro 2, they give you a whole row of matte and a whole row excuse me, of shimmer. And then with the special packages, you know, like you get just matte and just shimmer, but you can also incorporate them. But it's also good for travel. But again, you know, I would highly recommend it to those who are starting out in makeup. Lorac shadows are good, and the price point is even better. Like Urban Decay's palettes are now $54. Oh my goodness. I think these are $42. It's still steep, but with Urban Decay you get 12 shadows. Lorac here you get 16. And think about it, you got 2 8-pan palettes there's 16 shadows in the Pro and Pro 2. There's 8 in the metal and the matte. So 28 and 28 is 46. So you're actually saving money by getting the Pro 1 and or Pro 2. But then I don't know if these are limited edition or not. I would definitely recommend getting the matte palette because I don't know, I'm into matte. I'm just into the mattes now. Like, I'll just do all mattes. I'm into the mattes, so I would highly recommend getting the matte palette. If you're into the metal, you know, let's see what's it do for these. Urban Decay shadow. You could just use Urban Decay shadow as a example, but Urban Decay's formula is not the same as these. Lorac's eyeshadow formulas are so creamy and buttery. You just dip your brush in and it's like, oh my god, and they're uber pigmented. So yeah, would I say get both of them? Why not? Why not? I'm your friendly enabler, makeup enabler. So I would say get them. If you don't want both of them, get one, not the other. Whatever you want to do. So I'm definitely keeping this one. I don't know if I'm going to keep this one, if I'm going to get this one away. So that's why I didn't swatch any of the colors. You can find swatches all over Instagram. And I know there's people that have done reviews on this palette already. I'm always the last one. I'm always late. I apologize. But yeah, I'm definitely keeping this one. Am I putting this in my kit or keeping it for myself? I don't know yet. But this one's mine. So, excuse me. So that is it for my review on the Pro Matte and the Pro Metal palettes from Lorac. Again, I don't know if the Pro Matte palette is going to become part of the permanent palette collection for Lorac. I do know the metal one is limited edition. They did say this one is limited edition. So either way, if you can, get your hands on it, get your hands on it. If you want to order it online, order it online. I know Ulta has both of these online. I don't know if Ulta has these in this one in the store. I know they have these in the store. I had to go to Kohl's to get this one. But I know Kohl's also has the whole fall collection out. I'm not sure about Ulta. Ulta has this one, the metal one, and the Pro Contour palette. So my suggestion would be to go visit both stores or check out the websites to see exactly if you can order them online. And if you, I know Ulta has both of them, so if you want to just go ahead and order them both on Ulta's website, do it. But if you can get your hands on it, you know, if you find it something that interests you, then I would strongly encourage you to go get them. So yes, my lovelies, I hope you found this video informative. Sorry if I just wanted to kind of compare them to the original Pro palettes, so you could see, you know, if there's a difference. The pigmentation's the same, the concept's the same, but they're just half the size. And these are good for travel, and these are good for people who are starting out and all that other jazz. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm getting out of here. Stay tuned because I did receive another new palette that has come out on the market, and I'm gonna do a review on that. But I'm not gonna do any tutorials with it because that's gonna have to wait for the fall, because that one's just, but I don't want to talk too much about it in this video. I'll wait till the next video. And also, I'm just floored about all of the fall stuff that is coming out from the different brands. You guys, follow Trend Mode 1 on Instagram. I know I say it all the time, but she lets you know when everything is coming out, and I've already made my list of what I want, whether it's from Sephora, MAC, NARS, Urban Decay, whoever, whatever. I've already made my list. So once I get my stuff, then I will come back and do a haul. I also talking because I know this video is probably long enough already. So yeah, I will talk to you, love.